What's good, YouTube? Another video about the trades that happened this year. Trades that I was big fans of when they made, but I knew it was going to take some time for them to get adjusted because they had no training camp or no time to get together and learn each other and learn characteristics of the players and get used to each other. But right now we got a couple games, 5, 6, 7 games, 8 games for these teams, and they teams been struggling, but they've been playing decent. Some people been one of them playing decent, one of them playing horrible. So we just gonna break down what I've been seeing so far about the Michael Carter Williams and Brandon Knight switch. So with that being said, we're gonna start off with Brandon Knight. I've been watching a lot of Phoenix games. A lot of them been on League Pass. A lot of them been on NBA TV. A lot of them be on ESPN. So I was able to catch a lot of his games this week. And my Brandon Knight, one thing I say about him when I first seen them play in college, and when I seen them play in Detroit, I seen them get to the basket a lot, do a lot of floaters, finish in the paint, get to the free throw line. But when I see him now, since he's been with the Bucks, and now I see him with Phoenix Suns, every time I see my Brandon Knight, I just see him taking jump shots, step back jumper, three, 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 come over screen, shoot up a three. He really just a chucker. I ain't saying like I just realized that, but he really in Phoenix is like they just asking him to score. That he don't really pass as much when he comes off screen. He just try to get to the paint, or he just dribble, step back jump shot, or just shoot a three out of nowhere. So Brandon Knight, one thing I see about him, he don't really have good shot selection, and he really don't look to pass really at all. He just looks really to score. He's really is a scoring guard like people say, and I really watched a lot of his games this last 2 weeks, and he really is just a chucker. He just like some of the shots he was just taking. He just got a lot of confidence in himself and his ability to score, but it's just really bad shots. But one thing I learned about Phoenix, they all just take really stupid bad shots. That's why they've been struggling even in the last game, even in the Cleveland game I just watched. I was just watching Phoenix today too. So I seen the Cleveland game and just like they struggle a whole lot on offense because a lot of their offense come from isolation. It reminds me of the Toronto Raptors, why they be struggling sometimes and going losing streaks and stuff like that. It's because their offense is really stagnant. Get the ball to Marquise Morris in the high post, let them do work. Get the ball to Brandon Knight and Eric Bledsoe, let them dribble to the paint, let them draw fouls. They ain't really, for them to be one of the best offensive teams, they rely a lot on the three-point shot and a lot on isolation. And when your shot not falling, like I said about the Portland Trailblazers, you really can get blew out. Like Cleveland destroyed them today, but they came back because they started making them shots and playing defense. And I watched them play the Brooklyn game. They won that game. Phoenix, I just remembered that they won that game, but they were just horrible, just bricking jump shot, jump shot, jump shot, isolation, isolation. Then they played defense, and then they made shots at the right time. Cause like shooting threes will always get you back in the game because you make two, that's 6 points. And if they don't score, you just came up 6 points. So Phoenix Suns are just a high risk team. What I learned, they live by the jump shot and they live by isolation a lot. They don't really have that much ball movement either. They get a ball to Alex Len in the post, let them do whatever you're gonna do. Marquise Morris, Brandon Knight, dribble breakdown. Eric Bledsoe come off a screen, hold the ball for like 10 seconds. Then he go to the paint, try to draw a foul. Their offense is really stagnant. I'm surprised they really score 100 points a game. But just look how many shots and they field goal percentage. They miss way more than they make, but they take a whole lot of shots. And a lot of their shots be wide open too. I seen Gerald Green when I watched the Miami Heat game. He just missed like 3 straight wide open threes. Then Tucker just missed wide open threes. And it's just crazy to see Phoenix Suns. Like they really been struggling, but they still been getting some W's. They've been getting some hard losses. Like they almost got a hard one in Cleveland, but they ended up coming back and they still got beat by a lot. But they came back in the game. But when you shoot them type of shots and you got to work for your points like in isolation, it's going to be hard for you to win a lot of games, especially against the good teams where they can just play defense, play you one-on-one, get a rebound and keep scoring on fast break and beating you, breaking you down on defense and executing. So Phoenix Suns, if they want to be a playoff contender in the future, because I like Alex Len, I like Brandon Knight, I like Bledsoe, I like Marquise Morris, I like Marcus Morris. I like a lot of the young talent they got on this team, but they're going to have to make this offense more motion, more bodies moving, getting a lot of touches on the ball. And they just can't be stagnant and just shooting up just jump shots, just bad jump shots, like especially Brandon Knight. He just be throwing that bullshit. But that's one thing I learned about Phoenix Suns watching them this year and watching them in these last couple of games. Maybe it's a chemistry issue. Maybe they just don't know where everybody at. Maybe they just, I don't know what it is, but it's just bad offense for me. But they still scored 100 points every game because they took a lot of shots. Now, Marcus Carter Williams. People, they bash me for this one because I said it was a good trade. And like I said, Brandon Knight is more of a scorer. I know a lot of people don't like Michael Carter Williams, but I've been watching him these last couple of days. I live in Wisconsin, so I've been watching him the last couple of games, and I like what he brings to the table. He rebounds, he passes, he can score in the paint, he can do floaters, he can throw it off the backboard, he can get to the free throw line. But one thing I seen a lot this year, I'm gonna bring up the stats. And Brandon Knight, like I said, his shot selection, he's shooting 36% from the field and 31% from the 3-point line, and he's only averaging 5 assists and he averaging 2.5 turnovers on 15 points. So 36% and 31%. When you shooting that low, you taking a lot of bad shots. So that's just proof. I just looked at the stats. Now Michael Carter Williams, since he got to the Bucks, he's putting up 11.6 points a game, 3 turnovers, which I'm gonna talk about later, 1.8 steals, 5.4 assists, which is low for him, 2.8 rebounds, which is low, and 83% from the free throw line, which is high for him. 14% from the 3-point line. He never been a shooter, but he's shooting 45% from the field. Now, his turnovers has came way down since he was in Philadelphia. 4.2 turnovers to 3.3 turnovers a game. So that's already a good thing, but Michael Carter Williams is a bad ball handler. Like, he just ball handles and he goes into the wrong defense. Sometimes he don't know what he's doing. Sometimes he go to the paint, try to kick it out. Sometimes he just over dribble and try to find something where to throw the ball. So he just got bad characteristics because he's playing on a bad team and he don't really got nobody to pass it to, especially in Philly, what I'm talking about. Now he's playing with the Bucks. His let me see how many minutes he's playing, because he didn't see like he was playing that many minutes. Yeah, he's playing 27 minutes since in 5 games with the Bucks. So I don't really see him that much. So his stats are a little down because he haven't really been playing as many minutes. But I was watching him today. I like him better than Brandon Knight. He can rebound. He plays decent defense. And he's a big guard. He's a 6'6" point guard that can actually carve up the defense, get some layups, get some passes, break down the defense, rebound, and get steals. But he is a little high risk because he needs the ball in his hand a lot because he can't shoot threes or mid-range, really. So he needs the ball in his hand to create. But the thing about the Bucks is he has more talent now, especially when Jabari Parker come back. OJ Mayo get used to having a new point guard, and they just get used to playing with each other, especially like in the playoffs, for example. This is going to be good for them. And then Michael Carter Williams still on his rookie deal, and the way his stats is, you might not have to pay Michael Carter Williams that much money to stay on the Bucks, which is good because you got a 6'6" Michael Carter Williams. Then you know how tall Jabari is. The Giannis is huge. Chris Middleton is huge. So you got some good long defenders on the perimeter. Then we just need, well, we got Miles Plumlee, but we ain't really got no big shot blocker, athletic shot blocker right now. But that'd be good to get like a Nerlens Noel or a Joel Embiid, a quick athletic shot blocker. That'd be a perfect fit for our defense because we are one of the best defensive teams in the league. But we had an athletic shot blocker at the center's position. That'd be real good. But we got Zaza Pachulia and Miles Plumlee. But in the power forward position is pretty good too. Ersan Ilyasova is stretch 4. So we got the floor spacing. We got some people that can cut up to the paint, get some free throws in the clutch. But we just ain't got no really jump shooters. That's one thing that's gonna hurt us. But Jabari Parker is he can stretch the floor, he can score in the post, he can score in the mid range. So Michael Carter Williams should be a better long-term fit because he does pass the ball. He don't always look to score. He's a better defender. He's taller. He is more high risk with the turnovers, but I think with Jason Kidd putting him around good talent and telling him how to be a point guard, it'll be more beneficial. Like I said, his turnovers went down a little bit more because he don't got that many minutes. But we'll see how Michael Carter Williams pan out in the future with how is he gonna be a floor general, how he gonna fit with the Bucks. But I think he a better fit than Brandon Knight. Brandon Knight was just a scorer. He was a better 3-point shooter, he was a better shooter. But Michael Carter Williams is an all-around better player than him. He just got to get his jump shot, which is fixable, get that going, and just get his decision-making and his ball handling better, which is all fixable. So Michael Carter Williams could be a better long-term defensive and all-around player than Brandon Knight, even though they're around the same age. But Michael Carter Williams is young. He just got in the league 2 years ago. This is his second year, I believe.